Hello beautiful people. So in my last video I did a video looking at all of my favourite BookTok books that I have read, and I thought it would be a good idea to say all of the books that I'm embarrassed not to have read from BookTok. I watch BookTok for years now and I love all of the creators on there. There's been so many good recommendations, and there are some books, or quite a few books, that I definitely should have read by now and just haven't. So I'm going to call myself out and hold myself accountable to make sure that I read these books as soon as possible, because it is getting embarrassing how many I have not yet read. So the first book that I'm going to be talking about that I definitely should have read but I haven't is Light Lark. I don't know why I haven't read this one, and the only thing that I can suggest is there was lots of recommendations for it, and then I started to see lots of negative recommendations, and I understand that reading is subjective, but I think I don't want to read books if I feel like then I'm not going to enjoy them. Like, I read books for me to enjoy. That's the whole point. But I think I let other people's opinions sometimes sway how I'm feeling about a book or whether I pick it up. So I need to start ignoring other people's opinions basically and just try it out for myself. And if I don't like it, then I don't have to read it, but at least then I've given it a try, because ultimately I could be missing out on my favourite ever book because somebody else said that they didn't like it. So yeah, that's for me to deal with myself and start ignoring other people's opinions really. If a lot of people like it, it's likely that I will like it too. And if I don't, then we can talk about it and I can not read it. Like, ultimately I can just put it down. Okay. The second book that I'm going to talk about is very similar again. So it is The Serpent and Wings of Night. I don't know if I've got something against vampires. Looking at these first two, because I think Light Lark is vampires, and I'm almost certain that The Serpent and Wings of Night is vampires. And I've realised that I've not read any vampire books. The only books that I've read fantasy wise are the Fae. Even in terms of werewolves, I haven't read that. So maybe I just need to broaden my horizons a little bit. Maybe it's that puts me off. Because again, The Serpent and Wings of Night is such a popular book, and so many people recommend it, and I've loved it. Yet I haven't even picked it up. I haven't tried it. So I need to, yeah, stop judging the vampires and the werewolves and just maybe give it a go and see how I feel. Because if I've got them, I need to read them, and I can't keep putting them off forever, if you know what I mean. If I don't like them, then we move on. But yeah, I need to be kinder to my books, I think, rather than just going for ones that I know I'm going to absolutely love based on what other people have said. I need to be able to make my own opinions, maybe. Now, the next book makes me feel absolutely sick that I haven't read it, and you're going to know what it is if you've watched my last video, but it is Onyx Storm. How I have not read this yet, I don't know. When I explained to you how excited I was for this book to come out, like, I'm pretty sure I took the day off work, and then I think I scared myself into not reading it. Like, I just want it to be incredible and amazing, and it's got to the point now where I read Iron Flame so long ago that I'm literally going to have to do a reread to understand what's happening in Onyx Storm, and I'm just not prepared for that at the moment. Like, Iron Flame, as much as I loved it, it's a hefty book and it's very in detailed. So I will get to Onyx Storm as soon as possible. I just need to be brave enough to read Iron Flame. Is there any like summary books? Because I loved Iron Flame, but I don't know if I want to read it again immediately. So maybe I can have a look and see if there's like just a plot summary of what happened, because I remember there was lots of different things and new things that got introduced. Or maybe I do just have to bite the bullet and read it again. We'll have a think about that and come back to it, because I really want to read Onyx Storm, especially if there's going to be announcements soon for the fourth one. I need to read it. The next book that I've read, there is actually a reason why I haven't read it, and that is Consider Me. So I absolutely love sports romance. It's one of the ones that made me completely fall in love with reading again. And I love the element of found family. I love the banter between like sports stars. I don't know what it is, but humour for me is so different in sports romances. Like, I just, it's my favourite type of humour in a book, and because of the sports, I don't know if it's just me and if I'm just not looking hard enough, but in terms of like popular sports romances, the only ones I really know of is Boys of Tommen, my the Windy City series, and this one, Playing for Keeps, and there's another one I can't think of off the top of my head, but they're like the main sports room. Oh, the Off Campus and Briar U series by L. Kennedy. Like they're the main sports romances that I know of. That you get that found family, that humour, the just the banter between all of the characters, and I'm not ready to let go of that, and because of that I've not read the Playing for Keeps series. If you do have any recommendations of other book sports romances, please let me know, because then I might actually be able to start reading it, because I just don't want to let it go yet. I want it to be there for when I really want a sports romance, and I don't want it to feel like the last one. I know that I'm being dramatic, like there is going to be loads of sports romances, but in terms of ones that give found family and the humour side of it, that's what I'm looking for. So please let me know. The next book that I'm going to be talking about is equally embarrassing. Like, why have I not read this yet? And it is Kingdom of Ash. I haven't finished um, Throne of Glass. I got to the point where the tandem read was, and I think I scared myself. Like, I put so much pressure on myself. I was like, this is going to be really tricky. I'm going to find it really difficult. And I just didn't read it. And that's just silly of me. Like, I don't have to read it in tandem. I know a lot of people do and they prefer it, but actually, there's no book police that's going to tell me off if I don't. But I also think, like, I read it when I was quite not new to reading, but I've read a lot more now, so I feel like different concepts I can get the hang of quite quickly comparison to what I could. So I feel like I wouldn't struggle so much with the tandem read. So I need to get back to this series because I know that it is everybody's holy grail and it's people's all-time favourite, and I've not finished it, so I feel like I'm missing out. I feel like I'm not part of the convo. Um, so that will be for me to do by the end of the year. I'm going to set myself a goal that I need to finish Throne of Glass by the end of the year, because we also have the new ACOTAR coming out at some point, and I want to be up to date. I want to know where I am and be able to read it straight away. So hold me accountable to that, please. If you don't see me reading any Sarah J. Maas by the end of the year, tell me off, because I will be disappointed in myself. The next book again is a series that I'm completely gobsmacked that I haven't read, and it's the Book of Azrael series. So many people love this. Like, I'm pretty sure the main character in this is like people's all-time favorite female main character, and I didn't even know who she is. Queen, who are you? Because I've not even opened the book. I've never attempted to read it. So again, it's just one that I need to start picking up because I feel like I'm missing out. Ooh, you can see my little doggy there. Um, so yeah, any like the Book of Azrael is one that I seriously need to read because I get massive FOMO when I see people talking about how much they love the series, and I don't even know what it's about. I couldn't tell you. It could be vampires, werewolves, mermaids. I literally have no idea. So that is one of my instant go-tos, I think, because I feel like I'm missing out. Now, the next book is a bit different. It's not a fantasy one. I feel like this has been heavily fantasy, but it is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I have not read a single Abby Jimenez book, and I know that she is some people's like 5-star every time books, like their auto buys, and I've not read them, and I think they are mainly like fluffy romances. I think, to be honest, my reasoning for that is because I have mainly been reading fantasy or thriller recently. But I'm still annoyed at myself that I haven't read them, because I know for some people she is like an auto buy author, and their books, they find her books amazing. So she's an author that I really want to explore over this year. Maybe summer. Now that summer's coming, I think it might be easier to pick up some of the fluffier ones, because in winter I do feel like I go towards kind of thrillers and fantasy, just fitting with the scene. Like, when it's Halloween, I am all about thrillers and I love it. And then over Christmas time, I find fantasy is better for me. I just think, don't really know what that is. I think it's the cozy vibe and the feeling of it. That's why I prefer fantasy in winter time. But yeah, we're moving into our summer era now, so I need my books to catch up, really. Now, the next one is just as embarrassing as Onyx Storm, because I bought special edition. I bought it on the day it came out and I haven't even picked it up. And that one is Brimstone. Like, I've got a really pretty version of it. I loved the first book, but for some reason, it's just not shouted out to me, which makes me feel really sad because I loved the first one. Um, so I don't know why. I don't have a reason why I haven't read this. It's just not been calling to me recently. And as I just said, I feel like I'm more of a fantasy season reader. So fantasy's more in the wintry era or season for me. So I don't think I'm going to be getting to that one anytime soon. However, when I do, I'm sure that I will love it because a lot of people have recommended it a lot to me. I'm really exposing myself here. Like, a lot of these books are ones that people say are their all-time favourites, and I've not even opened the cover of them. So, another book which is, I am embarrassed to say that I've not read it, however, I am just starting to read it, is Spark of the Other Flame. So this is going to be my next read, and I'm hoping to do a reading diary of it. A lot of people really recommend this, and I don't know if it is YA. I might be completely wrong, but I like to go in books blind, so I don't know anything about the book. I just know that a lot of people say that these are brilliant series. So this one I will be getting to immediately because I'm going to start reading right after this video is finished. And the final book that I'm going to be talking about is one that I'm embarrassed that I haven't read. And again, I don't know why I haven't read this because I loved the rest of the series, and it is Into the Dark by Magnolia Parks. I don't know if it's the size putting me off or what it is. I know that I think we're due to get more books and it's not finished, and I think that really puts me off putting the penultimate book that we have, because then I've got to wait. And then once you're on the cliffhanger and you're waiting, there is nothing worse than that. Like, feeling like what is going to happen next and having that yearning for it. Like how I'm feeling for releasing 10 or A New Boys Atonement. Like, every day I'm looking for updates, and I don't know if that's healthy. Like, constantly looking for a book update or some sort of idea of when we're going to be getting the book. And again, with Magnolia Parks, like, I will get that feeling because I love the series so much. So I've just had to put myself on a little break for a minute and just say I will come back to it when I'm ready or when there's an update, because I can't wait forever and I am very impatient. So, yeah, that one we will get to at some point, just not yet. So that is all of the books that I am embarrassed to say that I have not even read or picked up or even started yet. But what books are you embarrassed to say that you haven't read yet? Because I'm sure that there's some that I've missed, or there'll be some that's my favourites that you just can't pick up and you don't really know why. Oh, knocked out by my dog. um, but yes, thank you so much if you stayed for all of the video. Please remember to like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me, and I hope to see you soon again for another video. Bye!